Hi, I'm Chassiti Oglesby.
And I'm McKenzie McCoy.
McKenzie and I, in the fall of 2020, took on a study where we were interested to compare the protein intake among male and female NAIA collegiate athletes. This sparked an interest for us because we are both athletes here at OCU, and we found it to be interesting to see if our teammates and fellow athletes on campus were also reaching their protein intake, or if this was an issue campus-wide.
So the purpose of our study was to determine if there was a difference in relative protein intake between male and female collegiate athletes. The ACSM recommendation for protein is 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram per day, or 20% of your daily caloric intake.
The methods for our study was we recruited 14 collegiate athletes, 7 were male and 7 were female, among a different variety of sports here on campus. The participants were then asked to record their food via MyFitnessPal over a successive 3-day period. They could choose between 2 weekdays and 1 weekend day. And then we took the relative intake and we determined it by the 3-day average, then divided the participants' body mass by that average.
So from this bar chart, you can see that athletes, both male and female, are exceeding their carbohydrate intake, and the next big macronutrient intake that they are receiving is their protein, which is good because, as I said earlier, the ACSM recommends that you have 20% of your daily caloric intake being protein, and from this chart we can see that it is over 20%. So diving deeper into protein, you can see the average for male and female for their day 1, day 2, and day 3 protein intakes.
So for our results, we concluded that there was not a significant difference between the male and female athletes' daily relative protein intake. As you can see on the right with our bar chart, we took the average daily relative protein intake between males and females and compared them to see what they were actually intaking per day. So for the males, they recorded 1.5 grams per kilogram per day on average of their protein intake, and the females had 1.3 grams per kilogram per day. Looking at both of these values, we can see that the males and the females both reached the ACSM recommendation range for the relative protein intake per day. In conclusion, the male and female athletes did meet the recommended daily protein intake. However, there was not a difference in the protein intake when comparing the body mass of the individuals. So for example, looking at a male that may be 160 pounds versus a female that could be, say, 120 pounds, their body mass of themselves did not matter in the fact that they both still reached their daily protein intake for the day and over the successive 3-day time period. Thank you.